Hello, my beautiful Virgos. Welcome back to Queen Cup Tarot. I am just setting the mood right now, smudging and shuffling up and getting ready to do your November 2019 tarot readings. For those that are new, welcome. Please like, share, subscribe. It's much appreciated. And for those that are returning, thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes, and positively engaging the channel the way you do and showing up in some serious numbers last month and sending me so much positive vibes, love, support. It made me very happy. Okay. And yeah, so just thank you guys. And as I tell you guys always, it's a privilege and honor to connect with you. And whether it's on the personal readings or the lives or in the comments in these here videos, it no matter. I love you guys. Okay. Thank you. For those that would like to book personal readings with me, that's fine. Just see the details below. And just keep in mind that my readings are live. They're not pre-recorded. So just be patient with regards to me getting back to you to send you the schedule, okay? And for those that timestamped the reading prior to the prayer, thank you. It's much appreciated. And yeah, please timestamp because I'm going to do a couple of shout outs. I want to shout out my auntie. So my auntie Sylvie is starting, well, she always had a YouTube channel. And yeah. So if you guys can go, oh, you guys can't even see that shit. Sylvie Savage, I will put it in the description. She does a channel that's she's very like, if you guys like my personality and genuinity, then you'll love my auntie because she is very like, free-spirited. She's very outspoken, but she's not over the top or anything like that. Either way, she is all about dogs. She's very educated in the world of naturopathy, spirituality, in the animal and human kingdom. So anyway, she started a blog, a channel on YouTube where she's talking about just specific topics, almost like downloads, I guess you can say. They're like downloads surrounding things about being a pet parent and having dogs. And for those that for those that are going through any type of like any pet owners that are going through any type of like emotional distress because they either lost their dog or their dog is going through medical issues, or you're having any issues surrounding your pet that you don't feel that you are getting exterior support regarding, reach out to my Aunt Sylvie. Like, she is just phenomenal on all fronts. So I would love for you guys to check her out if you can. And then that's Sylvie Savage. Like I said, I'll put it below. The Channel of Love, I shouted her out on the Aries full moon. I connected with her. She's fantastic. So guys, for the Twin Flame energy collective readings, because she doesn't do general or monthlies yet. She just focuses on the twin flame journey and the collective energy. So check her out, guys. Like, share, subscribe to these folks. All right. And yeah, I am using a couple of new decks. This deck isn't new. It's the Wild Unknown Tarot by Kim Kranz. So we're going to use that for your main spread. And then we're going to use Eugene Vinitsky's new Lenormand deck, which I was waiting for. I'm very happy he released, so now it's worth studying. And then I'm going to use the Kim Kranz Wild Unknown Archetypes. I don't know why I struggle to say that. But anyways, this deck is phenomenal, and I actually suggest anybody who is actively going through the ascension and awakening process and is aware that they are in initiation to get this deck, because it will really help you with that. Anyways, 4 minutes in, that's a decent intro. I'm ready to put a little bit more frankincense on the burn, get into prayer, and get into your spread. Okay, guys? Yeah, the Channel of Love, she's so dope. We're going to hopefully plan a couple of events in Europe and the US. Some like workshops, and like we were just like totally powwowing and talking about all kinds of ideas. But anyway, she's located out in the UK. So we'll figure things out, but we'll keep you posted. But yeah, check those ladies out, guys. And for those that timestamp, we're good to go into prayer now. Okay. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, for rising me up out of my bed this morning. And thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now in particular, thank you for connecting me with the collective sign of Virgo. Please allow me to communicate clearly to them the messages that are in their greatest good, surrounding their material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to them, their personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, guardian angels, for everything you do for me, the collective, all the healing energy, the love, the support, the guidance, the protection, the coddling. The list really does go on. So thank you, Father God. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you. So amen. The star and the chariot. Freedom. I heard freedom. And then the devil was on the bottom. That's freedom. Some of you have forcefully acquired freedom in some form or fashion in your life. And it was a karmic challenge. This freedom, some of my Virgos acquired freedom. And they don't really realize they did it for the bloodline. A lot of our ancestors have chipped away at oppression through our bloodlines throughout the generations. And we all have a part to do with that. And I'm gathering that there are a group of Virgos that freed themselves from something and will soon realize they did this for their whole bloodline. They corrected an anomaly in the bloodline that stopped the generation or oppressed your generation somehow, your family somehow. I don't know. Either way, good job. Some kind of freedom from oppression. And it took courage, it took bravery. It was lonely. But you did it. It's about to get a lot less lonely now, Virgo. And as I said that, all of these cards dropped. It's going to get a lot less lonely, Virgo, a lot less lonely. And what I love about this Father of Cups and this Father of Water is there is, regardless of how different they are, there is a mutual understanding and respect. They're equals. I mean, we're all equals, but there is an understanding between the two of them that we're very different, but we are equals. We are both forces of nature in our own right. Okay? For some of my Virgos, you manifested someone, and it might have taken you a while to realize, because of the differences, that this person was essentially your manifestation. So the Father of Water and the Father of Fire could have been bumping heads for a while, right? Maybe they weren't appreciating, whether male or female, whether romantic or not. There is a sense of a power struggle, only for there to be an equal understanding and appreciation for the strength that both people bring. And that becomes the wish fulfillment. Each person being the wish fulfillment for the other, because there is a respect and understanding of the areas that that each person is a master in, or better equipped in, or better acclimated in, or just naturally more proficient in. Right? No longer being lonely. We got the Four of Wands. These two people deciding they want to build a foundation together. Moving away from butting heads and moving into reconciliation energy, which is light energy, which is seeing things from the same page. Having a mutual understanding. This looks like a mutual understanding Virgo has come to with people. What you do with this mutual understanding, I don't know, because this could be totally Virgo rising up and becoming an authoritative figure and challenging another authoritative figure in a relationship, a family, or in the workplace. Only for that authoritative figure to challenge you and then inevitably respect you, Virgo. Right? Yeah, that's really cool. Please give me a clear line of communication guide for my beautiful Virgos for the month of November. Coming out of stagnation. I think you guys were, so for a group of Virgos, you were struggling financially. There was a lot up in the air with regards to material abundance and sustenance, your monies. Therefore, time was up in the air. You didn't know how to allocate time. So for a lot of you, you hung yourself up until your finances and career looked different to you. So some of my Virgos might have withdrawn from people, social groups, family, anybody, because you were feeling maybe insecure and ultimately unstable because finances were hit or miss. They were touch and go. They were up in the air. And with the Hangman in reverse, that says that there might be some movement, change in direction, location, reintegration of Virgo that you feel comfortable with because finances have stabled out. Maybe you got an opportunity. Maybe you were looking for work. Maybe you didn't know where you were going to be career-wise. And now things are starting to transpire. You're feeling a little less back up against the wall and able to come out of this. Things look differently for you now in career. So you're coming out of this hangman mode and are ready to go about your business for some of you. There's that clear. The overall energy for my Virgos for the month of November, the Chariot. It was the first card that showed up in the prayer. It's victory. It's freedom. Now, what I love about this card is this card definitely represents freedom to me with the sun and the mane and, you know, all of this. And you see the moon crescent on the top of this. So this is a spiritual animal. This is a free animal. An animal in tune with the wild. But if you look below here, this to me marks the captivity that this animal spent a certain amount of its life in. It'll never forget its captor, its captivity, the oppression of it, and the feeling of freedom when bursting out of it for the first time. This could be coming out of addiction. This could be coming out of toxic relationships, codependent relationships. This could be breaking free out of a limited belief system, tearing down old infrastructures, freeing yourself from the infrastructures and belief systems that you inherited in order to move forward into the belief systems that you've been divinely guided to live out. I love this. All I keep hearing is freedom, which should be something people care about. People don't know what freedom is. A lot of the things you're a slave to buying, a lot of your stuff in your home makes you a slave. A lot of your, you know, the government's, the free, I can't even go there because I watched Undocumented and now I'm all fucked up. On Netflix, and I binge watch it, now I'm all fucked up. But I can't. Let me not go there. Anyways. The first card out, it's the Knight of Cups, the Son of Cups in this deck here, which is really good. Next card out, you got the Three of Wands. Some of my Virgos are actually making preparations, possibly to communicate to a partner that you are ready to make plans for the future or actually execute the plans you've already made for the future. Because for some of you, it's actually being vulnerable enough to tell your partner that you want to make long-term plans. And then for others of you, it's actually going to your partner to say, I've actually taken steps regarding our long-term plans. Are you still down or not? Do we still have the same vision? Are we still, you know, it's almost like a check-in, a very positive check-in with a partner where you realize that you are ready to move forward with them. Some of you are planning to have a baby. With this cup here and the three, it's preparations to bring into a child. Some of you are trying to conceive. Some of you are heartbroken because you've been trying to conceive for a while and haven't. Well, you need not worry about that because the fact of the matter is if you're meant to have a child rip out of your crotch, the day and time is already written in the stars. Okay, there's women who've had half of their reproductive system ripped out of their bodies and God said, oh, you have some left, and boom, here we go. There's a baby. Like, if you have all your pots, don't worry about it. All right? Yeah, some of you are stressed about conceiving. Some of you might have already experienced quite a few miscarriages, possibly up to 3, with the Three of Wands and the Three of Swords. It was preparing and being disappointed, preparing and then being disappointed, waiting and being disappointed. Like there's this sense of something not coming through for Virgo and it causing a lot of pain. And it might just be simply because the time isn't right. But let's see further. Next card out is the 10 of Cups under the Sun of Cups. The pursuit of freedom, the pursuit of happiness, and understanding how courageous it is to go to embark in your ideas surrounding happiness and fulfillment, your vision, right? Some of you are going forward and pursuing an opportunity without the cosign of people you would usually get to cosign you. So for some of you, this 10 of Cups is a surprise to a lot of people who assume they just know always what's going on with you, and evidently they don't. Looks like Virgo has some good news that they might have been keeping secret. And if it wasn't secret, then it was just that you haven't told certain people or made certain people aware that are very used to being brought up to the times with you. You know, they're for some of you, there's somebody who feels heartbroken because they can see that the plans that you're making don't include them. And it's actually quite innocent, I'm gathering, for Virgo. It's almost this sense of, I want to do this and I want to do that and this is a good idea. And inherently, someone is feeling like they don't resonate with that. So they're smart enough to know that that's why they energetically feel you pulling away. For some of my Virgos, you actually haven't physically pulled away from anybody. But because of your pursuit for your own happiness and freedom, and maybe how you've expressed it, because some of you didn't really keep it a secret. Some of you did actually kind of let out some of your dreams and plans. No, you did keep it a secret. Because some of you, when you did communicate some of your plans, ambitions, dreams, you got negative feedback. You didn't get the support you were looking for. If anything, the wind was taken out of your sails and you were like, nah. So then the actual pursuit of happiness and freedom was kept a secret and achieved privately, smartly and privately. Now Virgo looks like they want to share some happy news with people. A little bit of I told you so energy, but it will be very humble in true Virgo fashion. The problem is that it'll be almost unavoidable how I told you so it is, in just the sheer fact of what it is that you create, what it is that you've made preparations for and ultimately achieve. Some people might actually be heartbroken about what you bring in for yourself and some of the decisions you've made about going forward. You know, some of the preparations that you're making, people already know they're not included in, and it really hurts them. How they're behaving to the pain, I don't know. But it looks like I'm getting this energy of Virgo's just like do, because for Virgo, the hermit energy, the dark night of the soul, you know, that going within and that internal perspective understanding is the area you govern. So you guys are very well aware of how beneficial it is when you do take time to yourself to mull over whatever it is that you think and feel. So when you do come out of your dark nights, you're not as like PTSD as everybody else because you are accustomed to this energy. So you're like, we're done here, we're moving out. And that's where I'm getting that happy, like whistle, like boop, 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 boop. Why? Because this 3 of Wands is getting closer and closer. The preparations that you have been making, Virgo, are already starting to reap rewards. It's almost like I see this giant rope attached to the ship in the sea, and Virgo, you're literally pulling it into shore. And as it gets closer and builds up more momentum, you're having to use less force. You're seeing it get larger. It's more attainable. You're getting more clear of this vision. So any actions you're more confident about and sure about. And then boom, there's achievement, there's happiness. We've got the fucking, underneath the Chariot is the fucking Emperor. I told you guys in the other Virgo reading, a lot of you left the timeline of being a follower and are stepping into the timeline of being a leader. This is exactly what this is. It's the death of the old ego and essentially the rebirth of the authentic version of you, Virgo, which is more dominant, more better suited to lead. For a lot of you, though, with the 8 of Swords, this is you trapped in your mind about believing that this transformation has occurred in somebody else. And we're off. No, just okay. Let's keep going though. I'm trying to drink the water more gracefully because you guys keep saying that I drink it like an alcoholic. Is that better? Fuck that. In the middle of the spread of the... Sorry, guys. I just doused you with spit. I can see it on the screen, too. Sorry. I'm a mess. But you love it, though. Anyway, in the middle of your spread is the Mother of Pentacles. This is your energy, essentially. This is a fulfillment that you achieved on your own without the cosign of other people. For some of you, it was a parental figure. And this baby isn't a baby anymore. It's now deciding to embark on its own. So for some of you, this heartbreak is actually a paternal figure, a mother or a father, somebody who is accustomed to taking care of you. You know what I mean? And they see that you are now moving forward without them. And there's a little bit of sadness about how their role in your life is changing, what their need is. And maybe, Virgo, there's just a need for you to reassure somebody or a group of people that regardless of where you're going, their love and support will always be needed, but just maybe in a less hands-on way, maybe in a different way that you're going to have to be honest to communicate and create boundaries surrounding. It's very normal to have to recalibrate relationships. Okay. A lot of the reason why relationships fail, become estranged is because the egos of the people involved don't allow them to relearn, reconnect, redevelop relationships in the different phases of said relationship. It's like having children. When they become adults, you can't keep treating them. The dynamic of the relationship between you and your child cannot stay the same when they become an adult. You have to have the intellect as a parent to understand our relationship is changing. The role that I play in my child's life is changing. The way I speak to them and support them is going to change. But if that person isn't willing, then this child is going to feel very alone in the pursuit of their own identity, fulfillment, and their dreams. So ask yourself, are you being supportive, or are you taking a stance that makes people feel that essentially they can't really rely on you if they decide to do anything outside of your belief system? Or this could be vice versa, Virgo. I hope this is making a little bit of sense here. All right, but anyway. Next card, the Star again. Freedom. Healing. First, I'm getting the impression, Virgo, some of you are going to have to reassure somebody of something. Somebody is absolutely piss afraid about the movements and about your successioning. Somebody is terrified. And I think a little bit of reassurance and truthful communication will put them at ease, or at least create a kind of understanding, because I think there's I love the Mother of Pentacles, but I'm getting it as you and as somebody else. Like if you look at this horse, so if this is you, Virgo, do you see this chain? It was like this was your captor. Like this was a symbol of who, so like I said, it could be a parent that you've been sucky onto for too long. And maybe you realize that. Maybe you actually realize that the nature of the relationship was to be this way, and you're ready to move out of this dynamic or move forward or be less codependent. And the person who you relied upon is feeling a little bit stressed. They're feeling like maybe they're losing their baby. This is a total... a perfect example is like the kids going off to college. To keep it simple, mind you, it could be anything. But there is that sense of like wanting to be proud, wanting to be happy, but afraid, sad, and questioning what their role is now. Who am I in Virgo's life now if I don't need to do this and this for you? Or if you don't come to me for this and this, who am I now? Well, Virgo, you might have to explain that. You might have to bring some clarity to people about the change that's happening. And I'm talking about the people that are coming with you, the people that you're not essentially cutting off right? We talk about the people who can't come. Well, there's people who are coming and they just don't know they are. It's like, like these aren't the people, there's certain people you can't just cut off like that, but you have to create boundaries. And that is the challenge of those relationships is, are you going to speak up and create boundaries, right? So that these people can come and they aren't a conflict of interest in your future plans. Then you've got the Father of Pentacles. That we have got a pair. We've got a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful pair. Yeah, like I said at the beginning of the message, some of you Virgos are going to be vulnerable enough to communicate to somebody your further availability with regards to building and developing a relationship. Okay, some of you, your partner is coming to you. You might have expressed to your partner that you've been ready and willing to have a family, and that's been something you've wanted to do, and your partner hasn't been ready. Well, it looks like they might come to you and express a willingness to, they see your vision, essentially. You know, for some of you, it's a little too late. For some of you, this person coming to you and them saying that they're ready to create something with you, or they see a vision, they see your vision, it's a day late and a dollar short. So the heartbreak could be both to the person who feels like this is too late and to the person who realizes they were too late. Because with this Three of Wands, that is time. And Pentacles refer to time and money. Somebody might have waited too long. For others of you, though, this is right on time. So it really depends. And the next card out, the Four of Swords. Yeah. For some of you, there is a need to really heal. There is a potential of having a really beautiful relationship. And this could be family, this could be partnership. But there is a need to do some deep level healing. And in order to heal these vulnerable parts, you have to expose them. It's like when you have a wound and you know that the doc is going to have to get in there and clean that shit. It's almost like, no, don't touch it. Okay, give me a second. And then the doctor's like, no, fuck that. And he slaps on you and he starts getting in there. That's why we avoid that deep level cleaning, because it hurts. You're getting into the, right? But if this healing occurs, there could be serious wish fulfillment between these two people. So there is a need for communication, honesty, transparency, willingness, compromise. These are high-level relationships, guys, that your Instagram feeds don't show you. These kind of partnerships take intellect, time and money investment, drive, vision. Both these people are visionaries. So there's a maturing when it comes to relating, whether you are single and embarking into a relationship like this. Essentially, it is you understanding what you've done all this healing for. Some of you are embarking into a relationship and will realize how healed you are because of how much easier and comfortable you are with the dating process, being courted, being open to love, sex and affection. You're realizing that you yourself have healed a lot. So this relationship that you're embarking in feels really good, not just because of the potential in the match, the person that you brought in, but because of your own healing and openness, and you're creating and positively contributing to the energy flow within the dynamic because you've healed your own heartbreak, you've matured your own emotions and ideas of how to actually get on in relationships, right? For others of you, this is already a pre-existing relationship and you are going through the steps to peel back the layers only to find this match. So it really depends how this works out, right? But essentially the moral of the story is to keep the eyes on the prize. Okay, calculated risk, When we get mature enough, risk isn't so risky. Why? Because we know how this shit goes. We know what the odds are. We kind of formulated the percentage of wins and losses, failure and success, that kind of thing. Right? So I'm seeing something really, really amazing transpire in Virgo's reading right now. This is awesome. This is awesome. Super cool. Yeah. All right. And then lastly, okay. So guys, you have two pairs. So for those of you that are in relationships, okay, I'm getting, and I'm, for those that have been in like long-standing relationships, okay, this is a new beginning. But this isn't just any new beginning. It's almost like you guys could have, like, everything was leading up into this part for you to build. Where did the king and where do the king and the queen of pentacles live? They live at the 10 of pentacles. It's the best card in the deck for me with regards to what I give a fuck about, right? Personally. So that's why I share that way to you. So I love this pair. And then under the chariot, we have the emperor. So we have them as a pair as well. So it looks like two people are essentially transforming into more mature and stable versions of themselves in order to co-create a legacy. Both people have their eyes on the prize. Both people have a vision, a dream, and a wish that they have sacrificed for. For some of you in partnerships, you're sitting with your partner and you are going over all the healing, all the sacrifice, where you've been. Maybe you are about to break up and you have this conversation and you reveal deeper. That's why there's a lot of makeup to breakup, because a lot of the conversations that should be had in healthy, normal settings are had in anger and when they're about to leave. That's when people get all confident to run their mouth. It's childish. It's immature. Your trials, your tribulations, it's not your trials and tribulations, your issues, your boundaries, these things should be discussed without the anger giving you the courage to do so. Because then if that's the case, you'll talk about it when you're about to leave. And then you'll go back because you're, I am seeing that a little bit here. Somebody not confident, like waiting until like the arguments to talk about what it is they need and want, or where their needs aren't getting met, instead of like talking about it in a more like mature, controlled setting. So that could have been an old pattern for Virgo, and now you are coming into the groove because you realize the communication, the nurturing and the communication of the relationship was missing. Now that is occurring, all of a sudden there's limited opportunity and potential because both people are transforming. Quite frankly, I think this transformation is in the eyes of the beholder. I think now that Virgo, you're open to communicating and giving and receiving in a higher level way. You're actually more open to seeing the transformation of the person or the people in front of you. For some of you, though, it's seeing that this transformation hasn't occurred and needing to move on. These are general readings, but I see two pairs, two beautiful, beautiful fucking pairs. Some of you are dropping a karmic in order to embark in this relationship, whether you know the person or not. Some of you are leaving a relationship because you know that all of this isn't where you're at. Some of you know where you're going. Some of you don't know where you're going. Either way, it's the death of this relationship, because the Queen of Pentacles is a single and abundant person. So out of all the couples, this is indicative to me of a couple that is somebody that will walk out, only because there is another couple here. So it looks like somebody leaves, I want to say a stable relationship, but I just think it's more a safe. I'm getting 4 of Pentacles energy with this relationship for some of you, meaning that not really willing to give and receive, that poverty conscious, only for somebody to be brave enough to wish for better, which is essentially this. For some of you, you're leaving a relationship with somebody who had to compensate what you lacked. And then you transformed yourself and became the version of what it is that you wanted, and you attract exactly a version of you so that you are fulfilled. And there's a match, like a true match here. That's really cool. For others of you on the career front, though, some of you get a lump sum of cash. Maybe it was an inheritance. Maybe it was some kind of settlement money from an accident. Maybe it was tax money. Shit. Some of you get a lump sum of money, and don't think lottery money, just think it would be a lump sum to you, right? Of some kind. And I see somebody investing it in a project that they've been doing in order to take it to the next level and make it a lucrative business. So 2020 for some of you is going to be lit, because your dreams are like, you literally turn into, so you were nurturing something, right? And then you invest your cash, a lump sum of money, into yourself, whatever it was you were nurturing and developing, and now all of a sudden it puts you in the position of the emperor. So this is your divine feminine and masculine energy, something you've cultivated, nurtured, and taken care of, and then essentially something you govern over, protect, and own. So I see a beautiful return on an investment of self. I love that. Then we're going to go into Lenormand quick to clarify. Thank you, Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels for this beautiful spread. My beautiful Virgos. I hope you guys are excited about 2020. I really hope you are. And if you're not, you will be. If you are allowing yourself to cultivate, and if you are allowing yourself freedom to envision the best 2020 year of your life. Might be 21, might be 2022. Either way, you have to envision the best case scenario. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Why don't you prepare for the best? Because you already know you're built to deal with the worst, because you're just hard body like that, Virgo. You put all this energy to be prepared when you were already prepared. Now you're wasting your time for being over prepared because you lack the confidence knowing that you stay ready. I'm speaking to some Virgos that stay ready, and they've been ready, but they lack that faith. That faith comes in, and then boom. This is really inspiring energy. I like this a lot. But I am getting a lot of different messages. So this, meaning these people could be so many different dynamics. You know, like essentially I'm seeing here like a mother and a father not showing up to a wedding, and it crushing the people getting married because they don't actually, you're making preparations for a wedding and your parents are telling you they're not coming. Okay, and you're really thinking, okay, then what the fuck am I even having a wedding for? And your partner might be saying, because we love each other and fuck them. And I think your partner's saying that because his family or her family might be a little bit more supportive. Somebody is dealing with a family that isn't supporting a union, and it's putting a damper on it, and it shouldn't. You're being challenged for it not to be putting a damper on that. All right? But yeah. All right, my beautiful Virgos, let's clarify with Lenormand really quick. Father God, Holy Spirit, ancestors, and guardian angels. This might be a completely different message from the Lenormand. Wow. Somebody botched a long-term opportunity of stability here. For some of my Virgos, part of why you were stressed was because you knew you botched an opportunity for stability. It's almost like you realized that after the fact, something that you destroyed was something you ultimately manifested. And now you're looking at, how can I re-manifest this again? Feeling better prepared, feeling more confident that you won't ruin this and essentially wanting to go forward and make this manifestation again, planting roots. This is also somebody's family member, like for the marriage situation, like the lack of support that some of my Virgos are getting with regards to a union is literally ripping your heart out of your chest. Because this is the tree. Stock speaks about longevity, family, history, roots, you know, ancestry, things like that. And then the pain. Some of you are actually dealing with ancestral pain, realizing some of the oppression, and you actually can feel in your DNA that it's tethered to your ancestors. That's Kundalini awakening. That's your Akashic records opening up to you. Don't be afraid of that. Because that's how you also get the strength of your ancestors. You transmute the pain into power for them in ways they couldn't. That's how you get your ancestors' power. You don't just beg them for it. Help them transmute that. Anyway, some of you are heartbroken by the lack of support your family's giving you with something. For some of you, it's starting a new business and your family isn't supporting you and you're thinking, well, I've supported all of you doing A, B, and C. Why can't I get this in return? Only for you to say, fuck the support. I am masculine and feminine. I'm essentially the support system that I need. And ultimately, in you doing that, you teach people how to support you. You're going to show people how to support you by supporting yourself so that they understand what they can observe you and say, in order for me to be in Virgo's life, I have to provide this because this is how they move. Straight up. I feel like I have Tourette's syndrome with you guys. I'm there in the reading and all of a sudden it's like Tourette's. I love you, Virgos. Let's wrap. Any more from the Lenormand for my beautiful Virgos? Wow. So this is, I'll be honest, for a group of you, you are about to embark in a life partnership. And I say that because the stork's at the bottom and we've got two pairs. The Emperor and the Empress and the Pair of Pentacles. So essentially, though, the stork mates with one mate and never mates again, even after its partner dies. It's a very emotionally intelligent bird, and it's incredibly nurturing to their young. The way they deal with their young, it's a testament to their emotional intelligence. This is also about nesting. So every spring they return back to the same nest. They clean it out and they rebuild it and then they leave again. So for some of you, you are absolutely embarking in a life partnership with the tree. For some of you, you're meeting this person and are not going to know that this reading resonates with you for months to come, right? But for others of you that are in relation, you're saying, this, for some of you, you see this, you are understanding this. Part of why you're able to see the potential and longevity of the partnership that you're in is because you are looking at yourself. Now that's funny because there's two cards here, the two women card. This is the pretty lady and this is the woman. This is the divine feminine and this is the karmic. Okay? Essentially what I mean by karmic is this is the feminine energy that will do anything for attention. She's moving like a prostitute, but she has money. You can tell by her necklace, her attire, that she doesn't have to have her tits out that door. But she does it because she likes the attention. She doesn't even need the cash. Where this energy here, she's alone in her room. And she's taken a moment to disrobe herself and look at herself in pride. Love her body. Feel confident just the way she is. So she's looking at herself. She's exposing herself to herself, not to the man out that door. A sketty. And then we have the strange man. This is a whole fucked up situation. We've got the sket, we've got the divine feminine, and then we've got the strange man. This is literally the card of the stranger, the strange man. And then we've got the gilded cage. Guys, I can't. Take the messages as you will. There's somebody who is stuck in comfort. So this is the card, this is the cage. This is being stuck in a comfortable situation. The problem is do you want, this is a choice between comfort and freedom, period. To sum that up, comfort or freedom. Do you want comfort of this gilded cage, or do you want the freedom to get the fuck out of it? Gonna have to decide. Ladies, my beautiful ladies, are you the sket? Trying to get attention because you don't understand how to manifest the real affections. So you're using your body to bring an attention to you, not realizing that it's emotional fulfillment that you're looking for. It's some void you're trying to fill. Ladies, I want you to look at yourself. Go to your mirrors and look at yourself. Know you are good enough. You're beautiful enough. Your attention is enough. And I'm telling you, the masculines that you are getting with this attention, they're demonic. You want a masculine to look at you just the way you're looking at yourself in the mirror, with pride and admiration, pleased, grateful. Hey, yo! Move from me. Go to your place. What do you Ross? Sorry. She did that on purpose. That's the neighbor. I seen the guy. She knows that guy. She did that to get my attention. I'm not playing with her. Anyways, we're going to wrap this. Anyways, ladies, I'm not going to go down that. You already know the deal. But it's hard. There's a lot of social pressure for you to use your bodies in ways that you don't resonate with in order to get something that you don't even fucking want. The mask. I can't believe I used the word sket. I feel like an old ass bitch. All right. Sketel. Okay. The mask. The persona, the performance, the reveal. We often think of a mask as something that conceals our identity, yet contemplate the possibility that the mask permits our true identity to be revealed. It allows. The mask gives voice to that which was previously rejected. When this card appears, enact the side of you that is seeking expression. Anyway. Okay. That seeking expression, yet was never given a role to play on the stage of your life. You are in the realm of theater, so anything is possible. Speak with the other voice, embody the other's limbs. You are taking part in the ritual of expanding the self. There may be mischief, deception around you, and others may be trying on new masks too. No one is sure who is who. It's likely you've become so attached to a single mask that you need to fall face forward into this perception, bending time. Trust it. I don't know why I couldn't understand that. Anyway, when light reveals what has been suppressed, and when dark further conceals what is rejected. Go deeper. The mask of James Ensor and Joan Jonas, Jimmy Durham. Think of a mask or costume you wore that felt empowering, marvelous, or fun. Who was it? Who were you being? Is that who's still within you? And at the Zen cone, as the Zen cone suggests, meditate on your original face, the one you had before your mother and father were born. That gave me chills. That gave me chills. Who were you? Who are you? And accept it. Anyways, I love you guys. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Did a little bit of a different spread, and my energy is a little bit distracted, but I'm sure you guys will give me all of your unsolicited opinions. Anyways, I'm just joking. I love you. Till the next time I see you, please continue to let your inner angels live. You know the deal. Bye.